I want you to watch this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in court yesterday.
Allow them to sort themselves.
This way.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
You have finally gotten a new judge to handle your case. How do you feel about that?
Great, I suppose. Yes.
So what are your expectations from today's proceedings?
Is that justice will be done, of course, in accordance with the rule of law. That's what I'm expecting.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That's my daughter. Take advantage of my daughter.
Yes, you guys saw the triumphant entry into the court and when he was being interviewed by the journalist. Now, I start. Yes, this is very, very embarrassing to the collective Igbo race. Listen to me. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been incarcerated for well over 3 years. Yesterday, he was in court to meet the new judge that has been reassigned to handle his case after 3 years of merry-go-round of Binta Inyako's stuff. Now, I want to talk about this, and I want to expose the people that are responsible for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continued incarceration. Now, in 2022, another statesman, Mazi Amechi, was fighting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He fought and fought. He even met Buhari. He talked to the government, said, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I will guarantee, I will surety for his release. And the man continued to fight and died in 2022 at the age of 93. He fought as another statesman from Igboland, a major statesman, well respected. The government refused to release Nnamdi Kanu. The man even said, released him based on the court judgment that was pronounced that he was not culpable of any offense charged in the court. The government refused. One of the first governors, or the early governor of Anambra State, Dr. Chukwemeka Ezife, another elder statesman, powerful one, well respected in Igboland, went to the government and pleaded on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's behalf. The government refused. In 2023, Dr. Chukwemeka Ezife passed on. He died. Recently, just a few years before Chief Emmanuel Iwanya became the honest President General, he went to the government. He pleaded and pleaded and pleaded. Nothing to show for it. Last year, around July, Dr. Emmanuel Iwanya passed on. He died. Pleaded as an individual and pleaded in the capacity as the President General of Honest and Igbo. The government refused to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, according to court proceedings, has not committed any offense known to law. Mind you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinarily renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria. He was kidnapped in Kenya and brought to Nigeria, and ever since then he has been in incarceration at the DSS facility without any hope inside. Now, what does it suggest? It suggests that the government has no respect for the Igbo nation. Igbo nation is an ethnic nationality that is the highest in number, in population, in whatever means you want to rate it, Igbo nation is the greatest ethnic nationality in Nigeria. Before the Civil War of 1967 to 1970, Igbo nation was a dominant force, both in the public sector, in the government, in business, in entrepreneurship, and whatever thing you may think about. But today, nobody respects the Igbo nation. That a true son of Igbo nation who is agitating for the emancipation of his people through non-violent acts is been incarcerated for well over 3 years. Most of the terrorists in the north have been released and integrated in the Nigerian Army, Defense, Police, and what have you. Sunday Igbo, who was a compatriot of what Mazi Kanu is doing, has been freed. But nobody cares about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It shows that the political elites in Igboland do not want him to be released because they feel that Mazi Nnamdi commands so much respect in Igboland. So the thing might affect their political ambition and political interest in Igboland, not minding what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has gone through, that he's lost his parents, lost his men, lost his friends, and is not with his family up to today. That is a huge embarrassment to all the Igbo people who are living today, both home and abroad. Wherever you may find yourself, if we continue to be in detention, it's an insult, a collective insult to all of us, not only to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's an insult. It shows that we are nobody. We do not have access to government anymore. We can't even have the Senate president that used to come to Igbo nation. We don't have the House of Rep speaker that used to come to Igbo nation. We don't have any strategic position the people are holding because we have made ourselves so cheap that the government knows that once they shove money in the face, we begin to say something different. And Igbos are fighting amongst themselves. Igbo Amayeze. We use equoro, we use jealousy, we use envy to attack ourselves. And that's why the northerners, the westerners have understood that the weakness of the Igbo man is individualism. We want to play on the individual level. Nobody wants to come together as a people and fight for the good cause of Igboland. See how they are maltreating our beloved brother Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has committed no offense known to law. It's an insult. Yesterday he was in court to meet another judge who might start the same merry-go-round judgment. That is what you are saying. If you do not respect yourself, nobody respects you. I believe I've made my point. And I believe the new judge will make it a very serious issue that once his judgment is pronounced, it will be obeyed. It's not a question of having a new judge. It's a question of whether government will obey the final judgment. I stop here and do have a good day.